Good morning, everyone. Today, it's a great day to become a United States citizen. Everybody have a seat. So, I declare this ceremony open, and we will now have the advance of colors from the American Legion Post 1080. I now have the privilege, everyone can have a seat. I now have the privilege of, first of all, good morning. My name is David Squirrel. I am a judge of the New York State Supreme Court. In New York State, the Supreme Court is the highest trial. The highest court in New York State is the court. So I have the privilege of introducing elected officials and dignitaries, almost all of whom I know personally, because Putnam is such a small, beautiful county. I've worked with and against some of them in the courtroom. District Attorney Robert Tenby. Thank you, Your Honor. The Board of Election Commissioners, Kathy Croft, of the Democratic Party, and Kelly Primavera. We have our New York State Assemblyman Representative Matt Slater. Who are you, sir?
Frank Garcia.
Good morning, Mr. Garcia, appearing for Assemblyman Slater. And we are privileged to have United States Representative Mike Waller.
No protest occurs here for Congressman.
We are privileged to have you here as well. And we have Legislator Nancy Montgomery and Legislator Aaron Crowley and our County Executive, Kevin Byrne. So we welcome all dignitaries, and I now will ask Rabbi Avi Kor from Shabbat of Putnam County to open our ceremony with a prayer. Rabbi. Thank you.
I hope everyone is well. It is my honor to be here today. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe. As we gather here today to witness and celebrate the sacred act of naturalization, we acknowledge your divine presence that guides us and blesses us on this journey of life. In the spirit of unity and gratitude, we reflect upon the words inscribed on the great seal of this nation, "In God we trust." As our fellow citizens embark on this new chapter, may they carry this trust in you, the source of wisdom and compassion, in their hearts and minds. We draw inspiration from the traveler's prayer, Tfilat Haderech, a prayer for protection and guidance for those on a journey. As these new citizens navigate the path of the American experience, may your light illuminate their way, and may your watchful eye keep them safe. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May the Lord bless you and guard you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'tenecha. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. I would like to conclude by offering you the traditional Jewish prayer for a new home. Let no sadness come through this gate. Let no trouble come to this dwelling. Let no fear come through this door. Let no conflict be in this place. Let this home be filled with the blessing of joy and peace. As these individuals become citizens of this great land, let them be pillars of justice, compassion, and peace. May they contribute to the tapestry of diversity that enriches our nation, and may their stories become intertwined with the enduring narrative of freedom and opportunity. Blessed are you, Lord our God, for the gift of community, the blessing of freedom, and the opportunity for renewal. Amen.
Amen. That was beautiful. Thank you, Rabbi. Now, we'll ask Kevin Burke, our county executive, to open things up.
Thank you, Your Honor. I want to first also thank our remarkable county clerk, Michael Bartolotti. Several years back, he brought this ceremony back into Putnam County, and it's been met with great success and joy. I want to thank him for asking me to start with some opening remarks. I want to welcome all of our distinguished guests, friends, and most importantly, our soon-to-be new citizens. It is an honor to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate the richness of diversity that has built this nation and made our community strong. Your decision to become American citizens is a testament to the values and opportunities that this nation and the Hudson Valley offer. Now, just by way of introduction, I served in the state legislature for a number of years, and now as county executive for this beautiful county. I know we have probably a lot of people being naturalized as citizens, not just from Putnam, but from surrounding areas as well. I always kind of go back in time. My great-grandfather lived to 102, so I knew him when I was very young. He came to this country from Villierstown, Ireland, an area that Bob Tendy, our district attorney, knows, because I think his family has roots in Villierstown as well. Back in 1905 is when my great-grandfather came here. And so I always think about his journey, and obviously the journey that you all have taken. As we witness this naturalization ceremony, I want us to reflect on the shared ideals that bind us together as a nation: freedom, equality, and the pursuit of happiness. Our country has a long, unique American history dating back to before the Revolution, embracing individuals from various backgrounds, and today we add another chapter to that story as we welcome new Americans to our close-knit community. Each of you brings a set of unique experiences, skills, and traditions that enrich the tapestry of America. We look forward to learning from and growing with you. May this ceremony mark the beginning of a new chapter in your lives, filled with opportunities, friendship, and the promise of a bright future as proud citizens of the United States of America. Remember, in Putnam County, you are not just residents, you are valued members of our community, contributing to the shared success and well-being of all. As you take the oath of allegiance later today, know that you are joining a diverse and welcoming community that celebrates the strength that comes from our differences. Congratulations to each and every one of you. May your journey as American citizens be filled with prosperity, joy, and a deep sense of belonging. On behalf of the nearly 100,000 people who call Putnam County home, welcome.
Thank you so much. And now we'll ask, and I apologize, I should have introduced you as a dignitary. And anybody who knows him laughs, but believe me, he's a dignitary. Michael Bartolotti.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Judge Squirrel. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And most of all, thank you to all of our candidates who are here this morning. I say this every time. It's funny, the folks who have been here know it's almost like old hat, what I say, but I believe it's important and it comes from my heart, so I just keep saying it. This is the best day of my job as county clerk, as your county clerk. It's the best part of my job. I love having the opportunity to swear in our new candidates to their oath of allegiance to become U.S. citizens. It's a very humbling experience. You may not think so, because I do this all the time, but every time it's just so special to me. It's very humbling to be able to swear you all in as U.S. citizens, knowing what you've all been through to get to this point where you are today. Like many of us have said and will say, I happen to be a natural born citizen. I had it easy just by being born here. I'm a U.S. citizen. However, you folks chose to become U.S. citizens. You chose to go through the time and the expense and the toil to get to this point. And this is the culmination of all your hard work and all of your hard-earned money and time and efforts to get to this point. So I cannot commend you all enough for being here and being willing, so willing to become part of the fabric of our nation. So again, I thank you all for that. And if I may keep using that verb and that fight that you had to get to this point and be the best citizen that you can be. Get involved in your community, whether it be charity or issues, things that interest you. The more, keep your culture, give us your culture. That's what makes America such a great country with it's a great melting pot of all of our cultures, all of our different ethnicities. So keep moving forward. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. So I can't thank you all enough for that. So we have a busy ceremony today. So with that, without further ado, I would ask all the candidates to please rise. You can follow along with me on the back of your program. So you could all raise your right hands and repeat after me. Ready? I hereby declare on oath.
I hereby declare on oath
that I absolutely and entirely
that I absolutely and entirely
renounce and abhor
renounce and abhor
all allegiance and fidelity
all allegiance and fidelity
to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or of which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law, or that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by law, or that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
As Mike said, it never fails to be moving, no matter how many times anyone has had the privilege of observing that ceremony. So please, everyone, have a seat. And mark this as my acknowledgement of my second mistake. I did not introduce Carl Rowe, who is our Director of Putnam County Veterans Service Agency. And we honor Carl and everyone he represents for their service to this country, and he will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, everybody. It's truly an honor for me. I've been here several times to lead new citizens in their first Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. My father came from Germany in 1929 and became a U.S. citizen. He taught me how to be a proud American. And right now, my grandchildren out in Buffalo are bugging their mother to get her citizenship. She is working on it, and hopefully in a few more months I'll be able to go up there and see my daughter-in-law become a U.S. citizen. So please face the flag of our nation, hand your heart salute, and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and congratulations on behalf of the veterans of Putnam County.
Please have a seat. And I have to say, in almost any civic ceremony, we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. And that was delayed today for a few minutes just to allow you to say that for the first time here. So, consistent with that, in a moment you will now stand for the first time as citizens as we listen to Donica Day, Carissa Reed from Carmel High School provide us with a rendition of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Amazing. Thank you so much. Yet one other person I failed to recognize, our undersheriff, Linder. Tom Linder. Thank you so much. Well, now I'm called upon to speak. And I don't know what I can add to what has already been said here. And it's interesting where this ceremony and our nation, it is a bit of a paradox. We are standing in the midst of two beautiful portraits. One is a General Israel Putnam, who was a general in the American Revolution. And the saying, "Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes," that is attributed to General Putnam in the Battle of Bunker Hill, where he instructed the soldiers underneath him not to fire until the British soldiers were close enough so that we could see them. And then, of course, we literally stand here in the shadow of President George Washington, who was also the commander-in-chief during the Revolution. And we are humbled and awed by these individuals as well as the veterans. But at the same time, we are a peaceful nation. We are a nation of laws. Before today's ceremony, I actually conducted court conferences, and ordinarily these conferences are in person where both sides come and ask for various things, and the court monitors how litigation is proceeding. And today I did it virtually. And I find it interesting that on the cusp of having the new citizens sworn in, I was here presiding over the peaceful resolution of disputes. And that's what our court system is for. This is a courtroom. When it is not being used as a courtroom, it is our legislative chamber for our county government. Again, another place where there is the peaceful exchange of ideas. And I just think that's something that all of us should remember, and perhaps you can remember also, that we are a peaceful nation until we are called upon to be otherwise when it is necessary. One final thing I was thinking about what to say. One of my personal heroes, for lack of a better term, growing up was President John Kennedy. And there were many fine quotes attributed to him. And in his inaugural address, he, in 1960, a long time ago, at that time he was the youngest person ever to be elected president, and he said, "Let the word go forth from this time and place that the torch has been passed to a new generation of leadership." And then what he said next, I think, is pertinent today. He said, "Tempered by war," the Second World War, "disciplined by a hard and bitter peace," meaning the Cold War, "and proud of our ancient heritage." Proud of our ancient heritage. And when I was younger, I often wondered what exactly he meant by that. And now I feel he was talking about the strength of our country. He was the first Irish-American elected president. His grandparents were Irish immigrants. If you go through this room, you will find that everyone in this room will have a story about which relative was their first relative to be a United States citizen. And our ancient heritage, I believe, is our shared heritage, our shared sense of culture that we bring to this country, and now you are part of that also. I often in my mind compare our country sometimes to a family business, which maybe as generations go, the founders of the business are passionate and they work, and as new generations come, they bring a new passion in. So today, you are bringing your new passion to our country as citizens. So thank you all very, very much. I now am happy to introduce Lauren Shields, and she is our keynote speaker. And she is from the Community and Government Affairs Liaison for Live On New York, and is also a double awarded recipient. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Lauren Shields, and I am 23 years old. First off, I have to tell you, it is an honor for me to be here with you on such a special day. 15 years ago, I had a life-saving heart transplant. There was no warning that I would need a transplant. I had been perfectly healthy, but somewhere along the way I caught a virus that attacked my heart. My heart started failing, and slowly I deteriorated. Even to speak took a lot of effort for me. In all, I spent about 9 months in the hospital. I remember when they told me that I would need a transplant. I wasn't scared. I just wanted to feel better, and I knew that a new heart was what I needed. I was placed on the waiting list for a new heart with the highest status. At first, I was able to move around and do activities to keep me busy while I waited, but eventually my other systems started to shut down. Doctors put me on life support, and a machine pumped my heart for me. I went off into a deep sleep, dreaming that an angel would save me. On March 18th, 2009, the doctors came in and told my family that a donor had been found. I had an angel, a 4-year-old boy from Illinois, whose grieving and courageous family chose to give life to a stranger. My angel is with me everywhere. I know that even today, his family must still feel such great pain from their loss. But I hope that they get some relief in knowing that their child still lives on within another. I make them the promise that I will do good things with this heart. I will do it in honor of their angel that saved me. I hope to meet them someday so that I can have them listen to the beautiful beat of his heart. Every breath I take is because of him. He is forever my angel and my hero, all wrapped into one. Since my transplant, I've been able to graduate from both high school and college. I helped pass a law in New York that bears my name. I've seen many of my cousins get married and have children of their own. I've watched my brother enter the Marine Corps, become a pilot, and attend his wedding. I've traveled to Spain and had a life-changing trip to Aspen, all due to the beauty and miracle of organ donation and transplantation. My journey was not an easy one at all, but I learned wonderful life lessons in the hospital. I learned what it is like to face fear and win. I learned to take things slow sometimes and take a moment to breathe. I learned that people can be so supportive and that sometimes it's the people that you don't know at all that can help you the most. I learned just how much the people close to me love me, and I learned, most importantly, that when you get a second chance at life, it is your duty to pay it forward and do good for others, and this is why I'm here. There are currently over 9,000 people waiting to receive a life-saving transplant in New York. I urge you to please consider signing up to become an organ donor today. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I would be happy to provide you with additional information. And lastly, even though I was born on April 13th, I celebrate March 19th as my second birthday, since it was my second chance at life. I guess for you today, February 7th can be your second birthday too, because it's the day you became an American. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, in closing, I would just like to give my own personal opinion that our system, this system doesn't work unless people become involved. And the primary means of involvement is voting. So if you have the opportunity today or tomorrow, please register to vote because you have a stake, we all have a stake in every election. And as I said, the system only works. It would be ideal if 100% of our population voted, but sadly that's not the case. But the system only works if we remain engaged and involved, and the primary way to accomplish that is to vote. So I urge you to register, and then I urge you to vote.